Happy Monday to you.
Buenos dias.
Are you not going to say anything today?
Nope.
All right. Well, there you go. So we're back from lovely sunny Mexico. Yesterday, why are you looking at my hair? It's very flat, right?
It looks like old man hair.
I kind of do. I need a haircut. Hey, Jim, thanks for that.
Good morning. Thank you.
So,
Karina, good morning. Marie, good morning.
Yesterday was our inaugural use of our pool with our granddaughters, which was fantastic. Lots of dirt at the bottom of the pool.
Morning,
We have to learn how to maintain our pool.
Yeah.
Now, the backyard is not done, or we would show it to you. The guy is telling us 2 more weeks, so probably add an extra week because nothing ever
Morning,
goes
Sheila.
as planned in Mexico. Hi, Sheila. I do have a coffee today. I also have that thing in my head still, so I think I may have to get an
Some
MRI.
people call it a brain. He calls it a thing because he doesn't know what to do with it.
By the end of the week, getting an MRI.
A grudging happy Monday.
I don't know what that means.
It's Monday and she's working, the poor girl.
Oh, we're working.
Yeah, but we get to work in paradise. She's working in Calgary.
Sorry. Calgary is kind of like paradise if you're a cow, because Cowtown.
Oh my. Yeah.
Can't look at me.
No. Hi, Monica. Good morning.
Yeah, I do need. It's raining and I'm working hard. LOL. Good for you. Cheers. And I have steam coming up in my coffee. But yeah, so that thing
It's
is
warm here.
It is really warm,
And John has
especially
a thing
compared
in
to
his
Mexico City.
head.
Mexico City was not terribly.
Well, it
during
was-
the day, it was hot.
Yeah.
But at nighttime, it cooled off. It was actually the perfect weather.
Linda, good morning. Jolene, good morning. How is everybody? How was your weekend?
Did you guys go to Mexico City too?
We had a great weekend. We got home. It was probably, by the time we got home, it was probably 7:30.
Now, let me tell you about my son. So our daughter-in-law, who is special, kind, amazing, awesome daughter-in-law, mother, person, human being. She's just the best. Like, she really is the best that Zach, in a million years, she's so far ahead of him.
Wow.
Now, she had made us a dinner and said, it's for you in the fridge. When you come back, she did that. Zach calls up Christie. Now, Christie, you need to understand, said something in the front of this, but I'm going to tell you what Zach said. Zach says, if you ordered pizza, I could bring the girls over.
No, he said if you wanted to order pizza.
Now, what was funny about that is 2 minutes before that, Christie says, if I ordered pizza, I could have them come over and we can have that other food tomorrow. So my son and my wife, they know exactly what the other is thinking, and it bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
Call it Moo. I had a dog named Moo. They changed her name to Molly.
We did. But yeah,
Morning,
so
Jeff.
awesome daughter-in-law, son.
He's awesome.
Wants
He's
pizza.
awesome.
Just like, no, they're awesome.
He had lasagna. We ordered from Falcone's, which we love their
We do.
cones.
And Falcone, it's so hot and it comes from so far away. I don't know how they do that.
Well, they have a really good thermos on the back of their bikes. Like, it's a really good cooler.
Falcone's, La Cruz, just order.
Zach had lasagna. He said it was good. Chuita had the carbonara pasta. She said it was excellent. The Hawaiian,
If she says excellent, you can't believe her because she is such a kind, gracious woman that she's going to say whatever.
Amberlynn said it was really good too.
She's too.
Chuita didn't tell me it was excellent. She told Zach it was excellent.
Okay.
So I'm sure it was. And we had our normal calzones, which we really, really like. And we split those. We each order one, but we eat half one day and half the next day. And
I gained 3.5, almost 4 pounds while we were in Mexico City.
I don't know how.
Christy, it's because I have so many carbs. So going carnivore for the next 3 months. My wife has promised me. She has promised and promised she will not be a weak link. She will not say, what about ice cream? What about whatever? And I'm just going to be like, no, we must be firm. Meat only, and cheese and dairy.
So we could have ice cream.
Not with sugar. No.
Homemade ice cream.
Well, but then you still can't have sugar, and homemade ice cream with no sugar is like stupid.
You can't even put the like monk fruit and stuff.
She's
in it?
already trying to
No,
find
but can
shortcuts.
you?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
Let's
know.
just-
I've
let's
never
just do
looked into it.
3 months and just see what our bodies, what do they do?
It'll shrink, I think.
They will shrink. I'm excited about this.
It wasn't gained at Pujol. No, it was not gained at Pujol. Pujol's meal is light.
But we can talk about Pujol. I mean, it was a
I think we
fantastic
did
dinner.
while we were in Mexico City, but we can talk about it again.
Yeah, I do apologize. It's just we were so busy in Mexico City and the signals and everything. Although my new phone with the 5G, Jeff's like, I was reading that 5G is not good for you. I'm like, I know it's not good for me, yet I still want it because it's the fastest. So yeah, it sucks, but uploading, downloading, etc. It was fun. But we had a fantastic. Like, what did we do? So many people.
Yeah. We did something different every day. I mean, and we were gone. We did the hop on, hop off bus a couple of days.
That was
we did Xochimilco. We did Coyoacan. We did Santa Fe. We did some Roma and a little bit of Condesa, and we did
Xochimilco.
Xochimilco was the best.
Okay, Xochimilco was nuts. We have never, ever seen that many people. And it was so busy. They had young men as the back of, what are those things called? Yeah, and there was, Christie saw a woman. I thought that was interesting. Christie and April both saw a woman. Never showed me. I would have taken a picture.
She had been beside us so often because she was in one of the mariachi. She was one of the. There was 2 people on this one mariachi that were conducting, and she was one of them.
Oh, so it was a mariachi boat that she was traveling.
Yes, it wasn't one of the paid for ones. It was a mariachi one.
There were so many boats that you had to go backwards to go
We
forwards
had traffic
at some of those
jams.
places.
Yeah.
We've never seen this before. Now, if everybody would just get in a line, it would be fine.
But what fun is that?
But they navigate the boat like they navigate the road. Oh, look, there's 2 lanes. Let's make it 3. Let's make it 4.
Space. Let me in.
It was crazy. So yeah, they do the boats.
Awesome.
They do the boats just like they do the cars, which is not a terrible thing. Now, it's like I always say, it's your dancing. It's the dance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's only when you stop and you look at your feet and you realize you're dancing that's when the accidents happen.
That's when you crash.
Crash, smash. Yeah. And you always assume everybody's trying to kill you. Always. If you're going to drive in Mexico, assume everybody's trying to kill you, you're fine. And Christie says you drive defensively and offensively. Like, I don't know, just assume you're dancing and assume everybody's trying to kill you. You'll be perfect in Mexico.
Just keep moving.
Keep moving,
Just
baby.
keep moving.
Oh my gosh. When we were on our way to the airport, I think we were cut off 4 times.
Yeah.
And the driver just shakes his head. He did not honk.
Yeah.
He did honk a few times, actually, but it was more like a, hey, I'm here, which is actually a very good way to do it.
Yeah, that just those really quick little brief ones.
But we had these spots where people would just pull right in front of us. Now, Christie is doing her nails while she's talking to you.
You know what? You didn't have to say anything.
Well, I'm going to tell them everything. Everything.
Don't get me started.
Everything.
So we need some comments here, people. What did you guys do this weekend?
What did we buy? So we got some superhero outfits for the girls.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, they just love them. So yeah, there's Spider-Man, Captain America, and Superman. Like Supergirl,
yeah.
Superwoman, because as a dress.
They're all girly they're all girl outfits. Like even the Spider-Man one had a skirt. Very cute. Yeah, we bought those. We bought them. My granddaughters love sunglasses, but they also love to break them. So we found a place that sold them for 15 pesos a pair if I bought a dozen. So I bought a dozen of the same style in different colors, and I'll just let them wear them.
You gave them red now, but we have other colors that she will give them eventually as they lose the
As
break.
they lose or break, I will give them another pair. I did not tell them I had a bunch of pairs.
You did tell the parents.
I did tell the parents.
So the parents are like, destroy them.
No.
They wouldn't do that.
We bought very, very little. We went to IKEA, which was extremely disappointing in my opinion. They had a lot of display, but not a lot of product.
It's more of that supply chain crap. You know what? How the hell 2 years ago did we not have a supply chain issue? Now all of a sudden this is going to be forever. They're saying, oh yeah, you're not going to be able to eat. You're not good. Guys, somebody is doing something.
We found a great coffee place that we actually went to like 3 times by Chinatown. We had a great meal in Chinatown. I didn't find any more. I was looking for more of my big ass fans. Didn't find any more that didn't have writing on them. And
Flowers and stuff like that.
yeah, or dragons. I didn't want any of that. I wouldn't have minded if they were just flowers, but I didn't want dragons and stuff. That's not my style. So,
But no, Mexico City, like everything, everywhere, incredible. We did not go by the Mayo Museum, the aquatic area, etc. We didn't do that.
we didn't do Palenque. Well, we did just briefly for dinner.
Yeah, we went to the
No, Zona Roma.
Zona Roma, not Rosa Park. That's different. We went to Zona Roma, and it was awesome. I mean, it really is. It's a beautiful, 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 amazing, spectacular, awesome city with lots of cracks and everything. And we found out it has not a lot to do with the earthquakes.
Mackenzie, good morning, my darling daughter.
It mostly does not have to do with earthquakes as much as it does the sinking.
The city is sinking.
It is sinking.
2 centimeters a month.
Something
Like
that.
Did you send that?
No, I did not.
I asked you to.
Tough luck.
I wanted that.
I forgot.
That there's John listened yesterday morning. He listened to a thing about Mexico City and the fact that it's sinking and they're having water issues and all kinds of things and there are like 1 million homes or 1 million people that don't have running water. But they are getting
5%.
trucked in for free. But they have to be able to wait until it gets there, which not everybody has that. There's a lot of poor people in Mexico City. Yeah,
they talk about how there are golf clubs there that the yearly membership fee is $100,000.
And right next to it is a shanty town. Like it's just amazing the paradoxes and.
But that's all over Mexico.
It is. It's all over everywhere, I think.
No, not in like Canada, because you'll have these neighborhoods, then you have neighborhoods, and you've got commercial areas, industrial. Here, it's just a blur.
It's a mix, yeah.
It's a blur. And I do love that about Mexico, because I mean, you can have a mechanic down the street from you in a residential area.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you can have a wood factory, which is sawing, or the guy who's sawing on that house over there in front of us.
Or iron worker.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. No, it's fine. It really is fine. You get used to the sounds. You get used to the noises. The roosters are better than airplanes flying over your house.
And helicopters. We were in this really ritzy area in Santa Fe.
Lifestyles of the rich.
And helicopters landing on the roof because that's how some of these guys get around.
They have so much money. But then again, the Uber driver told us that you can get a flight from the top of your roof from Santa Fe. You're at the airport in 20 minutes, 500 pesos. And it'll fit up to 9 people. So 9 people, 500 pesos each, 4,500 pesos. Yeah, fly to the airport. I thought that was fantastic. And I wanted to do it, but I forgot.
And we did it for 400 pesos for 6 of us. Just saying.
There, it is nice. Now, we did run into one Uber driver who was a frickin' idiot. And it was awesome because this other guy comes up and he's like, "Are you guys lost?" in perfect English. But he was a Mexican fellow, lovely guy. But what happened was at the bottom of the Uber XL, is it XL?
Yeah.
It says seats up to 6 people. But the picture besides there has a 5.
Because of COVID. because they don't want someone in the front seat.
COVID's over. Sorry, it's been over for 2 years, but they still think it's happening. So what happened was the guy comes and Christie says, Tango seis personas. He's like, okay, I'll be right over. Then he comes and then he's like, I can only do 5. You need to cancel. So Chris is like, I'm not canceling because then I have to pay. You have to cancel. Well, I'm not canceling. Then they get into this thing, and finally, after maybe 10 minutes, he's
Call
like,
it a Mexican standoff. So I said I wasn't canceling. He said he wasn't canceling. He made a couple of phone calls, and then finally he canceled because he was losing money.
Yep.
Losing way more money waiting for me to cancel. And I wasn't going to cancel because I told him there were 6 of us. He still accepted the ride.
She did.
And then he says, oh, I only read it last down the street. And I'm like, that's not my problem.
No, but he didn't just read it because he answered 5 or 8 minutes previously. Okay.
Must have been a busy street. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Yeah, so I made him cancel.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't take us.
I was so proud of you because normally you would just be flying and you're like, whatever is the easiest I will do. And this time you held your ground, and I thought that was pretty awesome. Yeah, because Uber is a curse and a blessing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because they canceled on you several times. One of the times
In Guadalajara.
No, but even in Mexico City, because I called you when we were at that
first
park,
day we were leaving. We were going to the Bazaar del Sábado.
She was in a nice, guys, when I say it's a nice neighborhood, oh my gosh, it is
High-rise condos and
spectacular.
High-end grocery stores, and Costco is actually there.
That's the place where you can get the 4,000 peso 100 milliliter bottle of vinegar. 4,000 pesos, $200.
For Modena. It's a lot. It costs a lot more to go to Italy, so.
That's a good way to look at it. Not.
Yeah, it is. It works for me.
Yeah. But yeah, we really did not buy much. IKEA was a bit of a shock, but then IKEA too was in a shopping mall, so that was a bonus that we never realized.
But it was weird because this IKEA had 3 entrances, but you could only access certain. It was a mess.
It was because IKEA, when they build an IKEA, it's meant to flow. When you have 3
levels,
points that you can join
really
in,
flow.
it doesn't flow. But the mall was good.
The mall was nice.
It was a surprise because we thought we were just going to IKEA. But then we get there, we're like, wow, it's a nice mall.
So we wandered around in there for a while, and
then as we're leaving, Jeff ordered Uber, and the guy's not coming, but it says he's close. And the lady who was cleaning the sidewalks.
We've been standing there for like 10 minutes, okay? And there was a security guard standing there the whole time.
Watching what we were doing.
Yeah.
But this lady's like, you gotta tell them the road is closed. So then we go to the end there, the cops had closed the road. They didn't tell us they were closing the road at the mall, in the mall.
Yeah, and so, but we kept seeing cars going back and forth, but they were only cars with special permission, I guess, to go in there. So yeah, so we stood there, and then he's like, yeah, I'm parked by a white truck or whatever. And we're like, there's no white trucks around us. He was on the other end of the mall. So then it took him another couple of minutes, but he was very sweet and very kind and
very nice guy. Our Uber drivers really were all good, except for that one idiot.
But he wasn't our driver.
He wasn't our driver. He fired us.
We had some really good ones. We had one, the guy that picked us up from Santa Fe to bring us downtown with all our luggage. Jeff, so there was 4 people. I said, so we found out what car was coming. We're like, someone's going to have to learn how to pack like Tetris to get all that in that car. He did. Oh my gosh, we didn't have to have anything on our laps. He was amazing.
Now, I do have to tell you, with this Uber driver, when I first saw him, looks can be deceiving because the car beat up. Now, and Uber's supposed to have these minimum standards, and this guy looks like a serial killer. Like
hair was messy. Apparently, he had a crossed eye, which I did not know.
No, his eye was not crossed. It looked straight up. It was like cloudy and straight up. So I did
not know all this.
He looked like if you saw that show, The Good Place, the crazy guy who he married one of the girls or something. The crazy guy. He looked like him, but with a crazy eye, like all beat up. But he was so kind, and so his English was perfect.
Yeah, so he chatted the whole way, and it was like 40 minutes or something.
He was clean. He's been clean and sober for 6 or 7 years. and he just does this. He says, I was born in Mexico City and I thought I knew Mexico City. But once I joined Uber,
I know
Mexico City. So he took us down the shortcuts and he says, do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. He was like a father at the end of this, you know. Okay, children.
And you know what I regret deeply
What?
is that we didn't get his contact information.
Yeah. Because if you have a good Uber driver, it's probably a good idea to probably keep them in your back pocket. And this guy was good. He had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, no, a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old children. And it was a nice fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think his name was Mauricio.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah. So there you go. Now,
Anyways,
if you're ever in Mexico City and you get Mauricio, say hi.
We had a great trip. Like I said, we bought a few things at IKEA, not much. We just really didn't buy. I bought a couple of dresses and a blouse. The blouse I need to get altered a little bit.
The hotel was fantastic.
The hotel.
You should stay there.
Hotel Catedral in right behind. It's actually right behind the big cathedral, a block behind it. Great location, close to everything.
Absolutely great.
Like a 5-minute walk, 3-minute walk to the Zocalo.
So it was interesting though, because Christie directionally, I can't figure her out because she's like, oh, down this street is this and that. But yet she cannot put in her head where anything freaking is, really. So I said, okay, let's go to this place. She says, well, we can't because it's the opposite place. And I'm like, okay. So we start walking and we pass the place I said, let's go. And she's like, oh.
I did turn around. I'm not a great map reader.
But still, you know where stuff
Donna.
is. You know where stuff is. And I don't know how you cannot know.
I guess it's what's important to me, honey.
Yeah, okay. When we left, Christy says, oh, look at all these places that are just a little bit further, because we never went in one direction. Just that morning, I went for a walk about half an hour up. And if you go a little bit further, that's where all the cheap clothes are. And I mean, when I say cheap clothes, it's like sweatshirts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, T-shirts for kids. Well, I really, granddaughters grow fast. And clothes are expensive for little kids, especially when they wear them a few times and they get them stained in, playing in the dirt or eating. So I was looking for some inexpensive dresses, et cetera, et cetera. I was hoping to find Old Navy. The Old Navy that used to be by the Zocalo is no longer there.
They've got a new Navy somewhere.
No. So, and none of the Old Navies were close enough to make, I wasn't going to make a special trip just to Old Navy. So I really wish we would have found that one Mercado, which I wrote down the name of.
We didn't go to the mall, the discount mall.
We didn't go to no, we have to go back.
No, my breathing there is pretty rough.
And the smog was really bad.
My oxygen, I have an oxygen measurement thing. And when I started, it was 84. No, I think it was in the high 70s at first, 78, something like that.
So we just had to inhale.
So then last night before we went to bed, I check it again, 98%, because I'm at sea level. And we're much more compressed and oxygenated here. But up there, oh my gosh, then they're like, yeah, you must wear a mask because they're stupid. Now, this is the thing I cannot figure out about Mexico. This is a country whose freedom was earned with blood, gun, guts, everything, the children, everybody. And now they're like, you must wear your mask.
But you know what?
They're cowards.
In that thing that we listened to yesterday, because of the smog, people have been wearing masks in Mexico City for a long time. So for them,
it's a control issue.
I know, but
it is a 100% a control issue.
A big deal.
And they should fight it because these people earned their freedom with blood. In Canada, it was just ink. Sorry. The US, blood. Mexico, blood. Canada, I got a pen. You're free. But you're not really free.
One of the nice things that we see in Mexico City are all the old buildings.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I tell people all the time, I've told you guys that if I was to take a Mexican to Edmonton and I would say, when you go to all of these high rises downtown, there's a plaque on them. It always says something different, but the message is the same. There used to be something really cool here. We knocked it down. Sorry you missed it. In Mexico, you get to see it. Your great grandchildren will be able to see it, because here they preserve their history.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that just drives me nuts, because you've got these nut job feminists, leftists, and they spray paint all this stuff. You know, my ancestors, they gave their lives, they built these things. I'm going to destroy them. That's just stupid. You do not get rid of your heritage. You do not destroy it. You learn from your history. You don't destroy it. But not in Canada or the US, because we're just babies and pansies.
Why do you have to do this?
I don't know.
Why can't you just have a nice conversation about things and not have to go into all this all the time?
Well, because I see it every single day.
I know, and it's not going to leave us, so.
It better damn well leave us. Otherwise, there will be a civil war very soon. Maybe.
You can't. You'll get thrown out of the country. And I will not go with you.
No, not in Mexico. I'm talking up in the States. There will be a civil war. I already know that. It's a foregone conclusion. And I saw that less than 10 years ago, but I know it's coming. Now, the good news is, though, is one side is terrified of guns. The other side, they own almost all the guns.
So, Jeff, back to your your comment about something's messing and frying his brain. I think he's been on 5G longer than we think.
Maybe. My old phone said 4.5G, like 4.5. Don't know what that was. The new one goes up to 5. So that was cool in Mexico City to see that 5. And my brain, I don't notice anything. But I need an MRI at the end of this week. My eye's still twitching. I think that's Christie. You see it? Can you see it twitching?
Inhale, exhale.
Wow.
Inhale, exhale.
Maybe.
All right, you guys. Well, we are heading to the office.
We have a very fun day ahead of us. I think this next week is all going to be planning for the future.
Yeah.
For Mexico Life. And it's going to be awesome. This week is going to be good because it's going to lay some foundations for us. Because this summer, we're definitely going to be here a lot in our pool, which is awesome. We really had such a good time, and the girls really had a good time.
Yeah.
And Taylor kept saying, my house, my pool, like it was hers, which is the problem.
Well, it kind of is. It will be eventually.
Yeah, she's going to say, I want you dead because I want your house.
I don't think so. She loves her Nana. Oh, yesterday she was talking to her mom in the car. She calls her other grandma Abuela Marce.
Okay.
So she was talking to her mom in the back of the truck on the way to church yesterday morning. Normally she just calls me Nana, but she called me Abuela Christie yesterday. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
It was adorable because she was not even chatting with Christy. It was just
it's
100% in Spanish or English, depending on who she's talking to. I freaking love this.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
It's Abuela, or it's Nana most of the time. Like when she talks to me, it's always Nana. But now, and yesterday was the first time I heard her call me Abuela Christie.
She's just 4 years old and already English, Spanish.
She's so smart.
Two different languages.
We love her. Hi, George. How are you?
And also, but the same is with Amberlynn. Amberlynn also speaks both Spanish and English, which she's 2, and that's different because at 2, Taylor wasn't really even talking then. Because I remember the doctor saying, is she talking? And Zach said, no, not really. He says, she's doing English, Spanish. But Amberlynn.
But see, and apparently that is what happens is the first one, when they're doing the bilingual like that, they take longer to speak. And Taylor is more cautious. Where Amberlynn, she's the second, definitely a middle child. Spicy. And speaking of spicy, so I don't know what to get Zach and Chihuita, especially they always stay at our house. So I try to find them salsas from different places that are really spicy because they both like really spicy salsa. So I bought, it's called Los Chilitos.
Show them.
And so it's a brand that was sold at the Bazaar del Sábado. So we're at the bazaar, and I said, what do you have for a super, super spicy salsa, like super spicy? He's like, do you want to try it? I'm like, think I'm nuts. It's for my kid. So he lets me try this one, which was really good. A little bit spicy. It's just jalapeno. The one I got for Zach was jalapeno and habaneros. And so and then I got him another one that is so spicy, it doesn't have a label. That was at Coyoacan. So I said, you want to know how good Pujol? You've never been to Pujol, George?
Yeah. We'll chat about Pujol a little bit tomorrow.
I'll let George buy me a margarita. I'll tell him everything.
He won't show up though. He's gonna
He
be
did last
later.
time.
Oh, what? George, you showed up. That's fantastic.
You were there. So yeah, so Zach comes here last night to pick up the girls, and he's like, Mom, that salsa was hot. Both of them are really hot. And I'm like, good. And he says, yeah, you're not gonna want to eat yours because you got one of the same as us. And I'm like, I hope not. I got the mild one. I tasted it when I was at the place. It was spicy, but it wasn't like killer spicy. So he checked again. He's like, oh yeah, you just got the
And I can tell you one quick spicy story. Also, in Chinatown, I got these ramen noodles from South Korea. And one says it's super spicy, ×2, blah, blah, blah. So yesterday I had it. Oh my gosh. I said to Christie, I never have
Needless
to buy
to say,
this
he
again.
didn't save it for me because he knew I wouldn't be able to eat
I
it.
never have to buy it. And my stomach was still on fire for probably half an hour afterwards to an hour. And it was uncomfortable spicy.
Yeah.
So do not buy the spiciest ramen noodles from South Korea.
Unless
You've been warned.
Really, John likes spicy. That was really spicy.
It's really spicy.
But
All right.
George, Pujol was awesome, and I will fill you in on all the details when you are available.
All right, guys. Have a
All right,
fantastic
take
Monday.
care. Have